If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
New questions. So if you see the materials, you can see all the materials. Except the DME country-wise. Okay, everything I have given. DME country-wise formats I will be giving to you today. Okay, all other APP, GDFF file. Okay, this is one more notes that you need to refer to, payment advices. Okay, ACH. Okay, and vendor tolerances. Okay, all these I've given. So only one thing is pending. Today I will be giving. So today's topic is, I want to do one thing. So we were left with a few check related transaction codes and then the foreign currency revaluation of vendors. So what I want to do is I have not executed the foreign currency revaluation for vendors in this server. Okay, this is a new server given to me. So give me one day time. Today I will execute and tomorrow we shall discuss foreign currency revaluation of the vendor. Okay, so whatever which are pending in AP, we are going to discuss tomorrow. That means check transactions which are remaining. Almost all we have discussed, only 2-3 are remaining. Okay. So those along with foreign currency revaluation of the vendor, these two topics we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay, fine. So today we shall discuss sensitive fields. Very, very important, everyone. Important in the sense, in real time, this is very important. What are these sensitive fields? See, if you see the master data of the vendor or even the customer, okay, the bank related data is very, very important, because to that bank details only our payment is going, right? What if any mistake is there? Okay, so that is the reason why proper approvals, okay, should be taken. My manager has to approve this. Of course, I am entering this data. I am only entering this data, but my manager has to approve. Okay, so even on end user side also, they will be having their managers, right? So once the end user updates this data, their manager has to approve. So how does their manager know that the end user has already entered some data here? Sensitive fields we have wherein go to the SPRO, financial accounting, accounts receivables and payables together. So both for customers as well as vendors, we have sensitive fields. Because we are in AP module, I'm going to vendor. Master data. Preparations. Preparations, not this preparations, this preparations for creating vendor master data. So here, somewhere you will have sensitive fields. Define sensitive fields for dual control. Okay, so mainly on the bank data, this sensitivity will be created. Sensitive fields, okay, will be created. Sensitivity means only on the bank data. Okay. Other fields also, if you want, you can have this. Okay, but mainly on bank data, it will be created because bank data is confidential. So here, how do I know the technical name of a specific field? Suppose bank key is there or bank account number is there. How do I know the technical name of this field? Right click, help, this button, technical information button. If you click it, see, LFBK table name, field name, BANKN. Okay, this is how you will have to know. See, screen field. This is what you need to give to your ABAPer. Okay, table name hyphen field name. So copy this. Go to the sensitive field screen. Okay, new entries. Field name here you can see. See, if you already have the field name, you can directly put in over there. Otherwise, you can browse from here. See, all these tables you can put sensitive, you can have sensitive fields. So LFBK, where is it? Yeah, LFBK hyphen BANKN. Okay, I'm selecting from this, from the list of values. If you already have, you can just paste it here and just say save here. Done. Okay, so sensitive field, which is sensitive field? Bank account number. Okay, if you want, you can put other fields also as sensitive fields. Now I close this. Now, whenever I'm creating any vendor master data, XK01, I'm trying to create a new vendor. Takes a lot of time. So while saving the screen, system will show us it has to be approved. Okay. Don't know, only vendor master data is taking a lot of time. Okay, so meanwhile, so after this sensitive fields, our AP is over. Of course, two topics what I said are remaining. Tomorrow we are going to discuss. And today we will be starting account receivables. Okay, see, if you learn account payables, that means simultaneously you are learning account receivables as well. How? Because the process is the same. There you are buying, here you are selling. What is the prerequisite in order to create the vendor master data? What was the prerequisite? Obviously the account group. Okay,
Account
so
groups.
here also the same. Account group is a prerequisite. And what was the transaction code for account group in case of GL and vendors? For GL it is OBD4 and for vendors it is OBD3. Okay, so here it is OBD2. Okay, so the transaction codes are almost the same. So account group OBD2. See, why unnecessarily waste time? That is the reason I want to. Okay, so from OBD2, we are creating the account groups for the customers. OBD2. So please remember the transaction codes this way. Okay, if you try to remember this way, then it will be very easy. I say new entries, account group name. Give some name. Customer account group. Now, one-time account, even in case of vendors also, we saw one-time account. If you are doing business one time with them, you click this, otherwise not required at all. Just save it. Now, vendor account group also, if you remember, we saw the vendor account group. Okay, transaction with the field status, general data, company code data, purchasing data for vendor. Here we sell, right? So here we see the sales data, general, company code and sales data. Okay, now what you have to do? What we saw in case of vendors, we went to company code data in case of vendor account group. Okay, what is that we made the changes here in company code data? We went to account management. And then we made the reconciliation account as required, right? Same here also we are doing. Okay, we are also doing the same here. We made the reconciliation account as mandatory. Now, what was the next step we did in case of vendors? We created the number range interval. Of course, we took the existing one only. Number range interval for master data. So here, number range interval, there the transaction code is XKN1. Here it is XDN1. Okay, I already told you K means vendor, D means customer. XDN1. Okay, so there, what was the number range interval we took? XX was the number range interval wherein it is alphanumeric, right? Here also the same I want to take. What is the reason I want to take this? Same reason as we discussed in case of vendors. I want to have alphanumeric so that I can have a name. Okay, XYZ Industries in place of having 1000000. Okay, so here this is already inbuilt. Okay, so I need not create anything here, inbuilt one. Now, assign number range interval to account group. Same type over here as well. Now, what was the transaction over there? Over there we had OBAS. Here it is OBAR. That's it. Now I say OBAR. Now say group and number range. That's it. That's it. Now, next thing what we did in case of vendors, tolerances we did. But remember I told you something. The vendor and customer tolerances are created simultaneously because same screen for both. Okay, so tolerances we have already created in case of vendors. So for customers, we need not create because for both the screen is the same. See, we did no customer vendor tolerances. Okay, so you need not do. Suppose you are implementing AR module before AP module. In that case, you define tolerances in AR. So in AP, you need not define. Okay.
Tolerance limit will be differ, right, for vendor and seller.
Tell me.
If the tolerance limit is different, we have to create a new one, right, for AR and IP.
No, I'm telling you, no, both are the same here. For customers and vendors.
Yeah, we have created here, like if I get examples like that, like if customer and vendor different tolerance limit, you have to create separate one, right?
Separate one means, yes, of course, if you want, you can create. But both are created in the same transaction, I'm telling. Okay, see, tolerance group, I'm not giving any name here. If you are not giving any name means I'm creating only one. Suppose you give some name here. Okay, so KRIS 1, tolerances 1. KRIS 2, another tolerances. Okay, of course, if you want, you can have multiple tolerances. 10 number of tolerances, 20 number of tolerances you can have. But the transaction code is the same, I'm telling. Okay, you can have multiple. Now, my system is ready for creating the customer master data. But for that, you have to have the GL account, right? The reconciliation account. Again, why reconciliation account? You already know the reason because we have already discussed in AP module. So in AP, the domestic vendors under liability we created. So in AR, the domestic customers we are going to create. So under assets, of course, balance sheet. And oh, this GL is already taken. Okay. the cross company code transactions. Okay, so I will have to take a different one. So I'll take domestic customers. So the classification I told you can be anything. Now this has to be a recon account, customers, and this has to be deactivated, and open item you need not activate. And here under sort key, you can select the respective customer number. And G067. And then say save. Okay, done. The GL account has been created. Okay, now you can have the master data created. Now, can anybody tell me what were the master?
Lavanya, 1 second. What is sort key we have taken over there? Customer number, what is it?
31.
31. Okay.
It is already existing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, it is a standard one. Okay, now, what was the transaction code that we discussed for vendor master data? XK01. Here it is XD01. I already told you K means vendor, D means customer. Okay, so with what account group? Our own account group. What is this one? What is the customer name? I am taking this name. Okay, and this is the company code. Now say yes. Any doubts meanwhile? Any questions while practicing? Okay, so shall I switch to that sensitive fields? Because system is stuck here. Okay, let us wait. Okay, so I'm trying to create vendor master. On the bank account number, we did the sensitive field, right? So let us see.
Lavanya, what is the T code for vendor master data?
Vendor master data. Now you should tell me. We have already discussed, no? We are already there in the same.
Sorry. It's a SK01 for vendor master. I wanted to know customer master data. Sorry.
Customer master data, I'll tell you.
Yes.
See, I'm trying to fill up the details of the bank for vendor master. Some bank, some account number. Okay, so I try to say save. Okay, change to general data must be confirmed. Why it is coming like this? Because the bank details are at general data level. Okay, at general data level only we have the bank details. That is the reason why system is saying that it has to be confirmed. Confirmed by whom? By the person whosoever is responsible. Okay, now how to go? How to go there for confirmation? Okay, was created. Confirm vendor changes. This is how my manager will confirm. Okay, so he will go into this transaction. Say enter to be confirmed. Okay, you can see, right? But here what it says, you are not allowed to confirm. Okay, I'm not allowed. Okay, so proper approvals, proper authorizations should be there. So here, whosoever is to be confirmed, here this button will come in like this. Okay, it will be activated. The confirm button will be activated. So here I'm not able to see it as activated, right? It is frozen. The confirm field is frozen. So I will not be able to confirm. Okay, so if he says confirm, then my bank details in the vendor master data for this vendor master data are said to be confirmed. Then you will be able to use the vendor master data. Okay, all changes. These are the changes, that the person made. And, here you need to click. That's it. So this is about the sensitive fields. Now let's go back to customer master. So we are creating the customer master data. AP and AR modules you have to learn parallelly. It is better if you learn that way. So XD01 is a transaction code for customer master data. XK01 is for vendor. Now I go to control data. Yeah, these are the bank details of the customer. See, so far we have seen for vendor master data, we have seen the bank details of the vendor because we need to make the payment. Customer master, we are getting the payment, no? So why do we have to have the customer bank details? Okay, it is optionally you can have. Okay, but in US projects wherein they have auto logbox implemented, okay, so for them these are mandatory. Okay, so go to company code data. Here you can see the reconciliation account. Reconciliation account, you can select payment transactions, terms of payment 0001 I'm selecting, and then you say. Okay, so we have created the customer master data. Now can anybody tell me what could be the table names for customer master data? What were the table names for vendor master data? LF A1 B1 BK. Here it is KN A1, KN BK, KN B1 and KN BK. KN1 is general data of the customer, company code data, and bank details of the customer. Okay, so these are the tables for the customer master. And what other transaction codes are there? We have seen the vendor master data transactions from XK01 to XK07, if you remember. Okay, so here also So here also XD01 till XD07 you have. Okay, same type. Now one more thing. We saw the vendor master data creation at 3 levels. The central level, company code level and purchasing level. So here also levels of, tell me. Yes, everyone, tell me. Somebody was asking something.
Well, I had a doubt, Lavani, actually.
Tell me.
Uh, how can we configure about a person who's vendor as well as customer of the company
Both at the same time.
at the same time?
No,
Means we will have to
both
create a customer
vendor
separately.
and customer are the same, you mean to say?
Yeah, both are the same person.
Okay. Have you seen the file which I have uploaded for APP scenarios? Have you all seen the file which I have uploaded for APP scenarios in the materials? Where is that Excel file? Yeah, this one. So if you see this, you download and see. Okay, I'm just viewing it. If you download, you will be able to see vendor is customer. Okay. So if you just go through this, you will understand. Let me just, tell you here as well. Go through that file and also in the master date of either the vendor or customer. Here in the vendor master, you customer number, and in the customer master, same field will be there. Okay, like vendor. Okay. So here you need to fill up, and apart from that, this checkbox needs to be activated, the clearing checkbox. Okay. So both if you activate, then the customer becomes the vendor. Vendor becomes the customer or customer becomes the vendor. Okay. Got it, everyone? Now, fine. So these are the levels of data creation. Levels of data creation we saw in case of vendor. Same is the case with customer. Okay, company code level and sales data level. Okay, and the tables also we discuss now. The postings. What postings? Same kind of postings. Invoice, payment, receipt, adjustment, transaction. That's it. Now, first, we need to see the document type for the invoice, right? Now, what are the document types? What were the document types in case of the vendor? KA, KR, and KZ. Here, DA, DR, and DZ. DA, customer document, I double click, I see the number 16. What is the number you can enter? 20500, 20599, I'm giving. So this is for adjustment transaction, customer adjustment transaction. So next we are going DR, invoice, number 18. Payment DZ 14. Okay, so same type, KA, KR, KZ, DA, DR, DC. Now you can enter the invoice. What was the transaction code over there for invoice F-43 or FB 60? Oh, FB, yeah, 60 only, FB 60. So here it is F-22 for invoice or FB 70. FB 50 GL, FB 60 vendor, 70 customer. So we go to F-22 or FB 70, both are the same. Customer invoice. So I try to enter one document. Now, in case of vendor, we had purchases account. So similarly, in case of customer, we have to have the sales account, right? We have already created sales account in the beginning. It's an income. It's a normal GL account. Okay, fine. Now, one is a posting key for customer debit. In the customer invoice, customer has to be debited. So I'm selecting the customer. See, both the modules you will have to learn parallelly. Only then it becomes easier. Okay. Only one customer we have. Say enter. So how much amount on the customer? And 50 posting key sales account. Simulate, save. You display the document like this. Okay. Now, what are the reports and tables for the customer again? For vendors, what were the tables you saw? First, reports. Just tell me. Tell me, please.
I was checking the transaction code actually. FBL, FB1, FBL1 and
FBL1. Here it is FBL5N. FBL5N. Okay, line item report. FD10N, balances report. And tables. Tables over there. For vendors, what were the tables we saw? What were the tables for vendor? Please. Very, very important. BSIS, BSAs in case of GL. So in place of those, BSIK and AK. Here it is BSID and BSAD. Open items, that means red color items will be stored in BSID and green color items will be stored in BSAD. Very, very important, everyone. Okay. So what else? Let us see the payment receipt. So this is an open item. Whatever invoice that we created just now is an open item. So it will be stored in BSID table. Apart from BSID, of course, BKPF and BSEC for sure. Okay. So red color, that means it is invoice. Now I want to get the payment. From customer, you are getting the payment, right? F-28 is for payment. post incoming. PR means payment receipt. Okay. So to which account you are getting this? Into which bank account or into which cash account? Okay. So here, this is a reconciliation account. So obviously, the master data only has to be selected. You already know the reason. Value date should be given or bank related GL accounts because the field status is G005. Now I'm saying process open items. Okay, so amount entered should be equal to amount assigned, document and say simulate. Done, payment is done. If you say save, payment is done. Go back to that line item report, say execute and done. Green color. Okay, green color means it is, oh no, sorry. Execute one more time. How come? Wait a minute. Okay, so system is not yet updated. Okay, that is the reason why you were able to see that red color, even though clearing was done. So now this report is correct. So now invoice has become green in color. So both will be stored in BSAD table. Now, how about the adjustment transactions? Okay, I send the material to my customer, but he rejected and sent the material back to me. But by the time I have already entered the invoice on the customer, I've already sent the invoice. After sending the invoice, I send the material to the customer. After sending the material to the customer, he rejected. So how to handle this? Same type again. Okay, in case of vendors also we saw, right? So this is for 2000 I'm entering. Simulate, save, and document generated, line item, red color, 2000. So this one, okay, I entered as an open item because payment is pending from the customer. But what customer did? He sent the material back to me. So in this case, it is called sales return. Okay, sales return, actually it is called a credit memo. Okay, so let us enter the credit memo transaction code FP75. Credit memo. Okay, in case of vendor debit memo, I told you vendor debit memo is also called credit memo. Now, that invoice number okay, invoice number you can enter here. Invoice reference. Okay, this credit memo is entered for which invoice? Okay, that is the reason we usually enter the invoice number here. Even in the other transaction code for adjustment transaction for credit memo, we have one more transaction code F-27. So even from F-27 also it is visible. Not only for customers, even for vendors also you can see invoice reference number. Okay. Now I say, see, because this is green in color here, you can see this in green color now. So I say save. Okay, some document got generated. Fine. So let me go back and execute. Both are red in color. Fine. This is the invoice and this is the return. Okay. So why the balance has got 0 now? Correct only. But why this have to be in red color now? We will have to close this. What to do? I have to do the clearing. So even in case of customers also, we have two types of clearing. The account clearing and posting with clearing. Posting with clearing is nothing but F-28 only. Account clearing is F-32. Now I go to F-32. Oh, here I enter. F-32, I go. I give the customer number. If I know the document numbers, I will activate this and say process open items. If not, go directly. And say process open items, amount entered is equal to amount assigned, simulate.